Sunday will mark 2 months since the Russian invasion drastically altered so many lives. 13 Wham's Carla Rogner met with one Ukrainian man tonight who is working to make a new life for his family here in Rochester.
Yeah, we met with Vicheslav at Catholic Charities, which is helping him to settle into New York. He and his family are being hosted by relatives near Caledonia. He tells me it was a difficult decision to leave, but his family is feeling thankful to be safe. Vicheslav Ilash is settling into life in America.
It is much better. I don't have a lot of fear. I came down with fearing the latest.
2 weeks ago, he left his home in Chernivtsi, Ukraine, with his wife and his 2 children.
Up until the war started, I can't say that everything was perfect, but we had peace and life was going on. When the war started, it's just complete terror.
His older son had to stay behind.
Because he's 20 years old and the government wouldn't allow him because he has to fight.
The family making the difficult decision to leave after Russians began sending missiles into their neighborhood.
As soon as the sirens start, we would run into the basement, sometimes up to 5 times a day.
After walking 3 hours to the Ukrainian-Romanian border, carrying their 6-year-old son, Vicheslav and his family hopped on a bus to Germany, flew to Spain, then Mexico. Finally, they caught a flight to New York.
And it took a whole week, and it was very hard.
Lydia Mukin at the Catholic Charities Family Center is helping him apply for work authorization and health care for his son with disabilities.
Slavic came under humanitarian parole. He got I-94 in his passport. It's valid for 1 year. So they have 1 year to decide if they want to stay here, apply for asylum.
Vicheslav and his family are being hosted near Caledonia by a relative. It's also the family's first time in the United States.
Country number 1.
He's not sure what the future will hold.
For my daughter, I kind of explained to her a little bit that she will have better life here and she'll have access to better education, and in the long run, she'll have a better life in this country.
But for now, he's feeling relief his family is safe. And the family's only been here for about 2 weeks. Vicheslav is working on getting authorization to get a job and getting his kids enrolled in school. He's not sure when or if they will be able to go back to Ukraine.
The CDC is now identifying much of New York State in a high-risk category for COVID-19. That includes Monroe and several surrounding counties. With the announcement, the CDC again encourages those residents to mask indoors. At this time, leaders in Monroe and Wayne counties say they have no plans to change their protocols.
As COVID cases continue to trend upward in recent weeks, several counties in the Finger Lakes region are now deemed high risk by the CDC. That includes Monroe, Ontario, Yates, Steuben, Seneca, and Orleans counties. For those areas, the CDC once again recommends mask wearing indoors and on public transit, as well as up-to-date vaccinations. For Monroe and Wayne counties, leaders say they plan to stay the course, encouraging indoor masks for those who are immunocompromised.
Don't believe we need to put new mandates in place or anything like that. I think we need to be reasonable. We all know and have common sense of what works.
The assessment is based on case numbers by population as well as hospitalization rates. While some say the announcement doesn't come as a surprise, health officials are still expecting an increase in cases as spring break winds down.
So what that means is that we are seeing some increased infection going on in the community. We expect there to be a lot more infection going on because we assume there's a lot more individuals who are using their home tests at home and not reporting it.
Monroe County Executive Adam Bello continues to call on residents to report at-home tests and says there's relief in this surge in that hospitalization rates are lower.
We monitor this every day, and when the recommendations need to change, we'll do that. But people know what to do, and I can't stress that enough. We need to remember what it is that works.
And according to the CDC, Livingston, Wyoming, and Genesee counties remain at medium risk, meaning masks are not recommended but encouraged.
In town, and the story behind it is one of hope for young people in our community.
We're super excited to just present this to her.
It's pretty cool. It was a fun experience altogether.
Meet Daviana Matthews, Rochester's newest entrepreneur. At the age of just 13, she has already designed her own sneaker with the help of Hub 585.
The mission of the Hub 585 is to enrich and empower and educate youth and families through programs and partnerships that give them hope and help them thrive. It increases their hope. It helps them to believe that their future can be better than their past and that they actually have the power to make it so.
Operation Go is one of their programs, founded by Justin Ortiz.
We're an after-school program that teaches kids careers and trades. We're working on video production, music production, sneaker creation, and clothing design.
That brings us back to Daviana, the winner of this year's Operation Go. The program guided her through the design process.
So basically, in my head, I thought of it, I put it on paper. After I put it on paper, I put it in the computer. And then I sketched out on the computer, and then we made it a shoe.
A shoe she named Heat.
I like the word heat, and it just stuck out to my mind when I was making the shoe. So he stands for happy entrepreneur, artistically together.
So you're all in the program right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Tejan Chajardin won the competition last year, launching a clothing website.
So on the website I have a bunch of clothing. I have hoodies, shirts, crew necks, and all a bunch of different colors. I have kids. I have a kids line too. If you want to go on there and check that out, and it's really for all ages. And really, the message behind Superior Intellect is just to be better than yourself. If you be better than who you were yesterday. And that's something that I really do embody, and I feel like that sets me apart from everyone else.
Setting himself apart as an entrepreneur, and like Daviana, building confidence for the future.
Never stop. Just keep going, no matter what obstacles that might be coming your way, just keep going. You only fail when you stop trying.
Good advice. And you can bet both Tejan and Daviana will keep trying. You can check out their merchandise, the websites, and more with the links you'll find on 13wham.com.